we have a committee in town that is starting early to plan for a huge celebration for the town of Wareham in 2014. And at one of our meetings, shortly after the hurricane, a couple of the committee members mentioned that they had relatives in New York that had gone through the hurricane, and asked what can we do to help them, and we said we'll do whatever we can and whatever it takes. And so we organized and got together and reached out to try to find a neighborhood that we could work directly with. We made arrangements to contact them and find out what was needed, and in a discussion with the representatives down there, they told us that they were in desperate need of combination smoke, carbon monoxide detectors. People who were in their homes without electricity, without heat, were using appliances that might emit different chemicals. They wanted to be sure that they didn't end up with carbon monoxide in the homes. And so we said, if that's what you need, that's what we will begin to collect for you. And so we've been in contact with them. We've put it out to our community, to residents, to see if they would support us in our effort, and it's been absolutely a wonderful response. We packed up the trailer last evening and with a good feeling sent them on their way down this morning to New York, and we're so happy to be here today to let the residents of Wareham see the fruits of our labors and to see the appreciation when it arrived that they are so needy of, and we want them to, the residents here, to meet the residents there, and going forward to build a relationship so that we can reach out and continue to reach out over the next few months.
Excellent. And what you can see at the bottom of your screen is the Wareham website, and if you go on the Wareham website, on the home page is a link to the Wareham Hurricane Sandy Coalition, and you get the updates of what is needed, how you can help, and there'll be video and film footage and lots more after today. And underneath that is the website for Guyon Rescue, where we'll be going to shortly. And both of those websites also give you links to the Facebook, which gives you lots more information about what's happening.
Hello, Wareham. How you guys doing? Thank you very much for everything. We started this little grassroots movement, you know, a couple of days after the storm to try to bring some comfort to this community who needs it very much so. And basically it's grown into an amazing outpouring of support from local and residents from across the United States, sending donations and clothes, food, cleaning supplies, coats, blankets, I mean, you name it, Christmas gifts. And we have the Westchester County Boy Scouts here right now cooking. We have the Wareham group here volunteering and sending us gift cards and fire extinguishers and all very needed items.
Can you tell us a little bit about, when we said that we were going to collect fire extinguishers and smoke detectors and that type of thing, there were some people in Wareham who were saying, you know, why can't I send food? Shouldn't we be sending food, blankets, things like that? Can you tell us why things like fire extinguishers and smoke detectors are important right now?
Fire extinguishers and smoke detectors are huge right now. A lot of people are trying to move back into their houses. There's some gas leaks in the area. There's some electrical problems between the water. Water has damaged a lot of the electrical panels in the neighborhood. So everybody's very concerned about smoke detectors, carbon monoxide levels, and fire extinguishers. We get food delivered all the time. We have local restaurants in the community that every day send 20 pizzas or trays of macaroni, chicken, beef stew, and we get cold sandwiches and stuff made by local delicatessens. Non-perishables come in from all local residents, but fire extinguishers are something that the residents don't think to bring here. We put it on Facebook that we need some, but you know, people come with food and blankets, and we have an abundance of that right now.
Now, people in Wareham, through this Wareham Hurricane Sandy Coalition, have decided to adopt Oakwood Heights.
Yes, thank you guys.
And we're very excited to, you know, continue helping. What do you think would be the best way that we, you know, in this small town and off of Cape Cod in Massachusetts, which is not unlike this town, what's the best way we can help you?
I think the most needed item right now would be gift cards to like a Home Depot or a Lowe's or building supply places. It seems like we've demolished 200, 300, 400 houses in this community. The next phase is going to be rebuild. So, you know, a lot of people are displaced right now. They're spending the money that they have on paying rent and paying their mortgage to a house that they're not even living in, and they need building supplies. We've ripped out the carpeting, we've ripped out the sheetrock, we've cleaned their basements, and now it's a matter of buying new insulation, buying new sheetrock, buying new plywood, buying new molding, buying new flooring. The most needed item right now in this community is gift cards, or if you guys could just reach out and help us talk to the Home Depots and the Lowe's and the large building supply companies and say, hey, listen, the Oakwood Beach residents really need some help over there. We've reached out to, the building supply place, and we haven't had much luck yet, but we've had great organizations and groups like communities like you that have come down and given us gift cards. And a day like today, it's snowing, it's cold, people need heaters, they need dehumidifiers. Residents come in and we allocate gift cards depending on, basically we start our list with any disabled people that live in the neighborhood, and then any elderly, and then any single moms. And then we take it from there, and it's kind of like our priority list.
Can you, this is just a kind of fun aside, can you tell me, what was it that you did before this whole thing started?
Well, I had a job, actually, on Wall Street. No, I still do. My boss isn't very happy with me. For the first couple of weeks, I just basically wasn't going to work because I was here 24/7. So I work on Wall Street, and I own a local lounge in the community. But I've been here, since day one, and we spend a lot of time here. Not much of a social life left, and I might get fired because I'm not really hitting my quota the last month or two, but what are you going to do?
Well, I know that the residents here probably really appreciate it, and we in Wareham want to help in any way that we can. Back in Wareham, is there anything you would like to hear from Derek? Is there any questions that I could ask Derek from Wareham? There's a little bit of a delay, but I know they'll get to me.
We plan to be down there to frequent your establishment shortly, Derek, and hoist a few to your excellent work that you've been doing.
They're sending their love down to you, Derek.
Thank you, guys. We love you too in Wareham. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, Derek.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to let you get back to the
wrapping. Okay.
They're wrapping gifts today. Bye, Thank you, Derek. Okay, and we actually have former Wareham Week reporter Cindy Murray is here. Some of you might remember her. She left to take a job in Ohio, but then she took another job in New York City and was living in Brooklyn when Hurricane Sandy came in. So I wanted to touch base with her here since we're on Staten Island. Hello.
Hello. Hi, Wareham.
Everybody remembers Cindy Murray?
Yes, long time no see.
So, can you tell us a little bit about what you experienced living in Brooklyn during this, what they're calling a superstorm?
Well, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from the Marine Park area, which was one of the areas that was hardest hit, and I was living in Garrison Beach, which is in Zone A. I got 6 feet of water in my apartment, so unfortunately all my stuff was destroyed and everything like that. It could have been a lot worse. As you see, like, these families have nothing left. I mean, there's so many kids who don't have like a Christmas. My sister-in-law, for example, living in Staten Island, she lost her entire basement, and like all the kids' stuff was in there, and it's been a little bit tragic for everyone. It's so hard to see like a place where you love and you grew up and feel safe kind of get destroyed. New York really isn't the type of state that gets this bad weather, so when it happens, it's like you almost don't know what to do. It's shocking that it happened here. We expect these things in Florida and New Orleans. It's been crazy.
So what I think is very important for the people in Wareham to know, and I think what we almost didn't believe until we got here and came into this town today, is that the cleanup is still happening, and the aftermath of the storm is still very real. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've seen as far as, kind of the destruction and then what's happened after?
Well, when the storm first hit, people didn't even know how bad it was in certain areas. We saw Breezy Point burned to the ground, and we saw Battery Park and stuff like that, and now you could see now, like, across the street, there's devastation everywhere. I don't think people were expecting it to be as bad, and when we first started doing coverage of it, you're seeing all this devastation, and now that's kind of like worn off, but you could see like it's still going on. There's so many people without heat even right now.
Right.
So I mean, right now I can't move back into my apartment. They have to rip out the drywall, and like, I mean, and that's what's happening everywhere. People can't move back into their homes. Like, all the sheetrock has to come down, and you know, there's stuff everywhere. People had to throw out everything, you know, and it's going to take a while for it to be back to where it was.
We can't show you because there's a big tractor trailer in the way, but right across the street from us is just piles of people's houses, which is scary. And Derek told us it was those houses stood approximately 3 blocks away, and now they're over here, right where we are now. So as I said, the devastation is still very real, and the gifts from Wareham are still much appreciated, and I'm sure the Wareham Hurricane Sandy Coalition will continue to let us know, you know, what the next step is.
We also would like you to like. Our goal is to get Guyon Rescue's Facebook well over 2,000 people. Right now it's about a little over 1,200 people have visited Guyon Rescue. And it doesn't cost a dime, so if you could go on the link that's provided to you at the WCTV website and like them, and while you're there, could you also like WCTV? The other way that you can help that is also of no cost is we will still be sending cards, letters, kids' artwork regularly down to Guyon Rescue so that they know that we haven't forgotten them and that we're in with them for the long haul. And another almost free way to participate is we will be having a Wareham Coink, which is a mixture of coin and oink campaign. And these little blue piggy banks are looking for homes all over Wareham, in businesses, offices, classrooms, and it's only just asking change, but with all of us together, that change will certainly add up. And this money will also be going down to Guyon Rescue. And there's information about the Coink program as well at WCTV's website. And before we close out, Angie, anything else you would like to add?
I would. We have many generous people here in Wareham, and I'd like to mention a few, and this is only a partial list, but 100% of all of your donations go down to Oakwood Heights. And we have a strong spirit of volunteers here in Wareham, and we want to thank all of you for your generosity and your kindness. As we well know, living here on the shore, it could very well have been us. It could very well be us in the future. And reaching out helping hands have been South Bristol Municipal Maintenance has donated masks, East Coast Ventilation, the Elks, Onset Hardware, Karen Spinks, Fairhaven Flotilla, Douglas Auto Parts, Walmart, the Maloney Youth Foundation, Co-op School, Hanush Jewelers, Dunkin' Donuts, Home Depot, the Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Rabinovich, Superintendent Rabinovich.
And Wareham Public Schools.
And Wareham Public Schools absolutely have reached out. DECA, which is a community organization here through the schools, Robertson's, Janice Fuller, many of you that I'm leaving off this.
Boys and Girls Club.
Thank you.
MA Children's Relief, WCTV, Liberty Moving and Storage, and
Yes.
Community Mini Storage that helped us get all your generous donations boxed up and shipped down today. So, find us at warehamtv.org or Guyon Rescue, and there's lots of ways that you can help that cost nothing. Or if you are still not fully pinched in these hectic holiday seasons, we really know what they certainly still need, which are the smoke and CO2 detectors and gift cards to building supply stores. Anything else?
No, I just hope, you know, as I sit here, my mind starts to roll, as I know Sally's does when you get involved in projects such as this. And I'd like to put out a challenge to the community that we get a group together, and it wouldn't cost much to go down and give them some physical work and be able to help them out, give them a break, let them take the day off, and maybe we could do some cleaning or whatever it is that they need us to do. So I'd like to put out a challenge after the holidays. Maybe we can organize a group effort of several people. And I'm thinking more than several people, but some of us to go down and do some work.
Oh, and importantly, we will be back live with Guyon Rescue at 3 p.m. And Jamie was down interviewing at Guyon Rescue, but at the same time, there are additional WCTV crew that are out and about in Staten Island. So look forward to future installments where you will get to see real examples of some of the things that the people verbalized today, and also interviews with people in the community. And in closing, a lot of the people that you'll meet, they are volunteers as well as recipients. It is a very much neighborhood bootstrap organization that the Wareham Hurricane Sandy Coalition is very proud and pleased to work with. So, welcome. We are live here at the WCTV studios, and I'm Sally Morrison. I'm a member of WCTV. Shortly, we were going live to Guyon Rescue in Staten Island, where the WCTV crew went down early this morning to film the shipment of the first shipment from Wareham to Guyon Rescue. And with them is Jamie Reben, the Wareham Week editor. And she will be conducting interviews in the Staten Island area this afternoon. If you joined us at the 12 o'clock live broadcast, welcome back. If you are new, don't worry, we will catch you up and you'll get some new information. If you notice at the bottom of your screen are two important contacts. This is where you will get ongoing up-to-date information, including film and photographs. And that is the Wareham TV website. And on the home page is a direct link to the Wareham Hurricane Sandy Coalition links. That'll give you all the information of what's happening here in Wareham. And below is the Guyon Rescue. 30 seconds. Guyon Rescue link that keeps you up to date with everything that is happening in down there in Staten Island. And with me this afternoon is Angie Dunham, and she is another member of the Wareham Hurricane Sandy Coalition. We're getting word that shortly we are going to be pitching to Staten Island, but we will be with you on the backside to give you any information of how you can help and how to access. Welcome back, Angie.
Thank you. I'd like to make mention of Rudy Santos, who spearheaded this effort to have the Wareham community link with Oakwood Heights. Thank you so much to all the Wareham generous donations.
Hello and welcome back to our live from New York City show. I'm Jamie Rebhan from Wareham Week. I'm here with a crew from WCTV in Staten Island, New York, where we've been following the Guyon Rescue, where the Wareham Coalition for Hurricane Sandy has sent a truckload of supplies to meet some needs down here. I'm here with Lenny Ligotti, who is one of the co-founders of the grassroots rescue effort here. And we are standing in one of the hardest hit areas in this neighborhood. Thank you for being here with us.
Thanks for coming down.
Can you tell me a little bit about what happened here?
Well, being located so close to the shoreline, all of Staten Island's homes that are located probably 2 miles off of the ocean were hit pretty hard with the water surge that had come up the night of the storm, anywhere from 15 to 20 feet. What it basically did was travel up inland for about a good 2 miles and basically took out the area we're in, which is closest to the water, washing some of the houses right away off their foundations, which you can see behind me. Most of the houses up further, a lot of water damage in their house, close to 9 or 10 feet up.
Have you seen a lot of residents come back here and try to either salvage some things, or are there people who are going to rebuild down here? Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, there's we've been here since the first day after, and people's initial reaction was to get back to their homes to see exactly what happened. Whoever did leave, some people did stay. There was loss of some lives also for those people, and they did come back to salvage whatever possible they can. And obviously, the homes behind me, there was very, very minimal things they can locate, and they actually went around the area looking for the rest of their houses where the roofs were taken off and some of the items that they had upstairs in the house. What they're talking about doing is most people, the census is saying that they don't want to rebuild. Some of it looks impossible. A lot of these houses that are still standing are off of foundations. They have to be demolished. They've been red sticked, which means that they can no longer come back to their homes. So the people that can rebuild up further are going to do it. And I think anybody below here, closer to the water, as nice as and quiet as this neighborhood was, then it's going to be almost impossible to do.
Now, as you might be able to see on the camera shot, we're standing in front of some staircases that lead to nowhere, and down the street from here, there's even less of the houses that once were. What can we do? The Wareham community has chosen to adopt this community and to really be with you, as much as we can every step of the way through the rebuilding process. What can we do in Wareham that would help you now at this stage of the game?
Well, what we're seeing now is for those people that we speak about that are rebuilding, they don't have time to wait for what insurance companies are telling them. FEMA has been responding to them as they can, and they're using whatever they're giving them. They need more. The damage that's done to these houses is $10,000 won't cut it. What we're doing is we're taking donations from all over the United States. We're 100% grassroots. We are going directly to the people. We've handed out thousands of dollars today. Home Depot cards, Lowe's cards, all of those type of gift cards where people can go and buy those supplies to just ease, the stress on their lives is worth everything. Everything that we're doing is just going to help them get back in their houses for those that can. For the houses behind us, all we can do when those people come to us, if they're staying at another location, is just provide them with the necessary needs that they lost. Clothing, shoes, everything. Just picture losing everything on that you basically had in your life.
Not much able to be salvaged, especially on this street, as we can see. There's still broken picture frames, there's children's bicycles, there's some cars that likely won't be moved again. It's just, I didn't realize personally the devastation that was still out here. Now we're in December, the storm happened just before Halloween. So the need here is still great, the devastation is still great. And I believe the Wareham Hurricane Sandy Coalition will be having more drives, and we will hear from them soon as to what's we're going to pick up next. Lenny, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for showing us around. We appreciate it.
My fellow teams and all volunteers that came down here, we really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care and good luck.
Thanks.
We're going to hear from Cindy Murray one more time. Former Wareham Week reporter Cindy Murray is back. Cindy grew up in the New York City area. She has a brother and a sister-in-law and some nieces and nephews that live on Staten Island. They were not in the thick of it as badly as we were here, but Cindy's going to tell us a little bit about what they had to deal with.
So, I'm from this area. My whole family is from this area, Brooklyn and Staten Island. So my brother lives about like a mile up the street over here. So he got really bad water damage to his basement. About like 7 feet of water completely wiped out everything, the children's toys. It was just, it's really devastating for them. And again, it's not losing everything, but the damage we've seen here kind of runs the spectrum where it's people lost power for 2 hours and then people lost everything and they're never going to get it back. So fortunately, like I said, I I lucked out. My apartment flooded, 6 feet of water.
That was in Brooklyn?
That was in Brooklyn. That was in Garrison Beach, Brooklyn. So that was, that's gone. But again, you look at it and it's like, yeah, I lost some clothes and stuff like that. My aunt lost her car, like when she stepped out of her house the next morning, because it was pitch black when the storm hit. When she walked out of her house the next morning, her car had been lifted, put on the other side of the street, like it won't turn on. And that's how it is down there. And there's piles of cars on the street next to everything. So people really, it's been such a wide spectrum of damage, you know.
They were saying not far from where we're standing right now, actually, where we parked our car this morning, there were just cars filled, you know, parked. There's one with a sign on it right now that says, you know, please don't tow. It says, please don't tow, it still runs. And, you know, that's the reality that these people are dealing with. You know, how can you worry about, you know, that's kind of an older car. It might be somebody's, you know, hobby car. You know, how can you worry about that when you may not have, you know, 4 walls and a roof?
It's definitely, that's kind of what it's come down to, and that's what you see here, and that's what Lenny was talking about. Like, the community has really come together, and obviously Wareham has come out, and it's been that way for so many communities and across the United States. It's amazing to see like the kind of turnout and what's still happening, because, you know, now you're not seeing it as much on the news anymore, so, you know, it's kind of, it kind of gets put into the back of your mind. But you saw this morning, like, how many volunteers are still here and how much work is still being done. So, like, that's with all the damage and everything going on, that's been like one bright spot. Like, it's just like community has come together. It's really nice to see.
How much work is still being done and how much work still needs to be done, which is amazing to see. And I hope we've been able to show you at least a little bit about what's going on here today. This community has come together. Wareham came together for this community, and Wareham's going to continue coming together for this community. Thank you for being with Wareham Week in WCTV on this journey down to New York City. I'm Jamie Rebhan, and we will see you soon. Back to you.
We have a crew down there. Besides Jamie, there are, excuse me, 3 WCTV crew, and they are filming all over the area. And in the future, there will be productions where you'll get to actually see sweeping vistas of what the different sections have experienced and what the people are doing at the moment to rebuild or to demolish, as what was said. And we have here, WCTV crew is in here at the home base, at the studio as well, making the switches that we both can be on at the same time with some new equipment we got. Not so long ago, so this is an early Christmas present, so it was a great thing for us to do as like a maiden voyage, is to bring Guyon Rescue and Staten Island to life to the residents of Wareham. As I said, if you check on WCTV.org or directly to GuyonRescue.org, you can get information, and some of this footage will then repeat on those stations. Also on our WCTV.org and Guyon Rescue are links to Facebook. To really get a face of Guyon Rescue, they have an excellent timeline with footage and photographs from the very beginning, and day to day, what are the immediate needs of individuals as well as in mass groups. And we are asking Wareham, as a very free and quick way to show Guyon Rescue our support, is to like them on their Facebook page. We want them over 2,000 likes by Christmas. Right now they're between 1,200 and 1,300. And while you're at it, we'd also like you to like WCTV. The other way that we are doing to keep this in the forefront of our minds, and also a relatively low-cost way to keep Guyon Rescue on our minds, is the Wareham, ham, as in a pig reference, along with coink, which is a mix of coin and oink. And these banks that have been donated by Eastern Bank, these little blue pigs are going to be all over the place. And on the one side, it is actually a Band-Aid, which says Guyon Rescue. And our motto for this is, I'm going to get a little geflipped, as they say, change for the better. And so that anybody who wants to help, even if you just got some change in your pocket, all of this is going to add up, is to find a piggy bank and dump some change. We are asking businesses, offices, classrooms to adopt a coink. How to do so is you can go on warehamtv.org, it's on there, and you can also contact the Main Street Eastern Bank, either Roseberry or Steve Mansfield. And these little piggies are going to be in the markets for quite a while, and we're going to have some pig activities and pig incentives and pig wars to get the community involved. Another free way to let them know we're with them for the long haul is to write letters, cards, kids' artwork. We will continue to collect that. That's also some of what went down in the first shipment, along with friendship bracelets that were made by kids, to let them have a personal touch from the community of Wareham. And the current drop-off sites will continue, and that is the Wareham Fire Department and the Onset Fire Department, the Wareham Fire Department on Main Street, and the 4 local Eastern branches. And there are also more pressing needs that they have, which some were enumerated this afternoon. One by Derek at the noon hour is, and reiterated again, is the building supplies are huge, that donations of gift cards to building supplies that are national, like a Lowe's or Home Depot, would be greatly accepted. And which wasn't mentioned at the 3 o'clock hour, but was talked about at noontime, is there's still a huge need for smoke and CO2 detectors. Their initial request from us was they needed like 3,000 of them. People can't get back in their homes. People can't safely work on repairing their homes. And some of them are still using generators. And they need these detectors to keep them safe. And nor can they move back in without them. So the collection for detectors and also for fire extinguishers will continue at those drop-off sites. So in a big way or a little way, anyway, the collective hands of Wareham, we hope you join in on the project. This isn't just a Christmas thing. We're in this for the long haul. And we're in this organized by the Wareham Hurricane Sandy Coalition. They are the people who initiated this and made the connections with Guyon. I'm going to toss this back to Angie, who's going to talk a little bit specifically about what Hurricane Sandy Coalition does and how you can be part of it.
Thank you. I want to take this opportunity to thank the generous citizens of Wareham once again. This morning I listed some people, but that's hardly the entire list. Wareham has a strong spirit of volunteerism here, and they have a community much like ours, waterfront. We haven't been hit by a tough hurricane for a very long time. Just recently in this last year, we had a program here through the Historical Society that was reminiscing about the 1938 hurricane. And there were a lot of citizens that came out, and they had photographs, they had memorabilia, there was some video of the 1954 aftermath in Swift Beach, for example. That could have been us. It could be us down the road. I cannot express to you how grateful we all are for your generous support and your donations. So please, once again, link to the WCTV website. The information is there for GuyonRescue.org, and it's wareham.org as well. That will link you back to the WCTV website. Thank you so very much for your generous support. And again, this will be continuing for a great time down the road, so stay with us, please. Thank you.